Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Brick Cave Media Podcast. My name is Bob Nelson, and as always, joining me is my co-host and the writer that puts the T in naughty, Jennifer Windrow.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It seems like we were just here.
We were just last week.
It's kind of kooky. So we do have a special guest today. Our special guest today. Oh, you know what? I have to read the little. Hang on. I have to read the little special thing first. We are here tonight in the University of Phoenix podcast studio, located in the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, right here in beautiful downtown Mesa, Arizona. We do have a guest today. Joining us is Kylie Cochrane, and she is the spokesperson for the upcoming Brick Cave Film Festival. Welcome to the podcast, Kylie.
Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm so excited to be here.
It's
exciting
exciting
like a game
to have
show
you.
voice going on right now.
One of the things that you're going to learn is that I do tend to try to throw people off a little bit, catch them off guard. So
I'm
just
kind
so
of
you
nervous
know.
now.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Jen's used to it now.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
used to
she's kind of shell shocked. First time it was great.
A lot more
Now
fun.
it's like
whatever,
Bob.
Bob.
Shut,
Come
get to
on.
work. We got
Let's
work
keep
to do.
going. Let's wrap it up.
So we're going to talk about the Brick Cave Film Festival, and we did have Johnny Skinner in a few episodes ago, right? Three, 4 episodes ago. He came in and talked to us a little bit, but great to have you as the spokesperson for the film festival.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about it today. There's a lot of really neat things this film festival is really bringing to the table.
So tell us about you. What's your background?
So, as you said, I'm Kylie. I'm actually an Arizonan born and raised. I've been
One
an
of 5
actress.
people.
Yes. Everyone here is local and has been a part of Mesa. I was actually born in North Scottsdale, and my entire life I've been based here, and I've been an actress, a dancer, singer. I've done everything. Now I've actually worked as a host, and I'm currently in school studying journalism. So I'm just making my way, and I love storytelling. I love interacting with people, and I love pushing forward issues, stories, things that matter to the community. So I'm really excited to be working with the Brick Cave Film Festival.
Ooh, look at that.
Way more impressive than me.
we're all like, well, okay, well, we're kind of a loser people now. We're just going to leave and you can just kind of keep talking.
You don't need us.
Yeah, we'll go make some coffee and hang out and catch up. Kylie, so tell us about just at high level, 20,000 foot of the Brick Cave Film Festival.
So the Brick Cave Film Festival is really bringing together two such important mediums. It's bringing together books and writing and film and creativity with directors. So it's the idea that you're merging together stories that serve as inspiration for films. So filmmakers that are going to create 3 to 10 minute short films based on an idea that sparked from one of the short books that are written by Brick Cave authors, some of which include yourself, and Sharon Skinner, and J.A. How do you say his last name? Junta. Oh, that's an awesome last name. I love it. Just rolls off the tongue.
or JoJo.
Or JoJo. I like JoJo too.
I totally made that up. Don't ever call him JoJo. I don't know what he will
get mad at me?
I don't know if he'll get mad because I don't know. I just literally just made that up. So we'll get him in here for a podcast, by the way. He's I think we're going to have him in October.
Okay.
So just so you know. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's a really exciting, I think, mesh of these two mediums and bringing together these ideas. Normally, if you're a director and you're creating a film, you kind of look into your own life for inspiration. So it's really neat to take a look at what other people have produced and go to town with it, really come up with something innovative. Now, these are not scripts. These are not pre-written for the directors or filmmakers that are entering into the film festival. This specifically serves as inspiration, so they can take it and run wild.
So there's stories where, like, as a script is being written, you don't put in what the character looks like. You don't put in what the room looks like. You basically just put in what's being said and you allow the directors and producers. But in this case, they might have those things in there already. So.
And it's interesting, too, because one might think, oh, that's limiting because it's giving me already kind of a perspective. But in reality, because there's already an inch of direction, it almost even opens up more doors because it kind of gets the ball rolling and allows you to get started without being like, oh my, I just have so many thoughts in my head right now. I don't even know where to begin. Well, you have a starting point and now you can take it and run with it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to ask the loaded question because, I love that. I love asking this question because I love the answer. You read all 3 stories.
Yes.
I won't ask you which is your favorite.
You already know.
Because I already know. But just as you have read the stories, just in your head, like how many different ways, knowing that these were written so that they could be made into visual stories, or pieces of them, because that's part of this whole thing, right? I mean, it's not a literal translation necessarily, but how many different directions did you see a potential story going?
I can't even begin to name them all. I think Brittle is a really great example because there's so much vivid imagery in it, and you could pull from so many different scenes that are in the book that I could honestly go 1,000 ways. And it's all in the head of the filmmaker, of the director, and I think that it's going to be really exciting to see what they come up with, because reading these stories, there's characters, and there might be a little bit of a description of the character, but they don't have dress. You don't know their background. You don't know the perspective. There's just so many different things that can influence the film, and I think it's going to be really neat to see where they go. I wouldn't be surprised if you get film on one end of the spectrum and one on the entirely other end of the spectrum, and just your mind's going to be blown because you would have never in a million years thought of that idea, but someone's going to walk in and they're going to bring something really cool to the table.
So they're very different, the three stories.
Yes.
And part of that was intentional by design, but part of that is a reflection of who the authors are and the type of things that they write. So, I think anybody out there that has read any of the three of us is going to see, hey, that's Bob, or that's Sharon, or that's Joe, right? But really, kind of what does this film festival do for the art of writing locally? So what do you see this, like in the, where do you see this taking the ability of not just us, but of writers here in Mesa or Phoenix or even Arizona? Where do you see this kind of an event taking that?
This definitely is going to bring the two communities together. Oftentimes, we like to think of the arts as a place where everyone is welcome and all voices are heard and shared, but a lot of times, creative writing can get displaced from filmmaking and vice versa, and I think connecting these local stories with local filmmakers, or even non-local filmmakers who have an interest and a passion in Arizona, is really going to bring the community together, and it's going to create stories that are relevant to our own experience. As you know, it's being held at the Nile, which is a historic venue here in Mesa.
I love the Nile. Cool.
And that is already going to bring a character and a perspective locally that's going to keep this spirit of Mesa, the spirit of Arizona, myself being an Arizonan, alive. So this film festival is really doing something new, and it's really exciting.
So curious, what do you know about the Nile?
Okay, so I did a little research on it. I knew you were going to try and throw a question at me. So it was built before the Orpheum.
Right.
And the Orpheum is one of the more famous venues in Phoenix, and it was originally started by 3 individuals, and it was originally a movie theater, and then it was renovated. Now it's a music venue, and they have a lot of different locations and things to do. They have a coffee shop. They have
it's a vegan cafe.
A vegan cafe.
It's a
oh
vegan
wow!
Cafe,
so super trendy and
it's really. I mean, you have to see it if you get the chance. I think. Do you know the website offhand?
Yeah, it's. Ooh, I can get it for you if you'd like to.
Yeah, grab it.
I'll grab it
it's it's a wonderful space, and I've seen it. Over the last 20 years, change multiple times, in terms of what it's been. But what's that website?
So the website is niletheater.com.
Easy breezy.
Couldn't get any easier than that.
Put it in the comments.
You what?
Put it in the comments.
I will put it in the comments. Hang on, I got to write that. Hold on, everyone. Let me write this down for everybody. niletheater.com. So there's more than just the films themselves, right? Mm-hmm. What else is going on?
So this is really going to be bringing together, as we've mentioned, the community of Brick Cave. And the Brick Cave has, and you've been here since the beginning. Oh, come on. All the listeners right here are probably laughing at you right now.
Jen and I are the community right now.
That's
and
it.
I'm
It's
not
just
even
you
a Brick
two.
Cave author.
And she's not even a Brick Cave author. She's just an indie author that I suckered into doing this with me because she was like, well, I guess I'll pity you.
And give up your time.
Give up my time. It gets me out of the house.
Away from my teenagers.
Away from my teenagers.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry,
You're the perfect example of this is because Brick Cave and you've been here since the beginning, started out poetry slams, then went into filmmaking.
Oh, she's good.
Yeah, and now it's
She went deep. She did a deep dive.
But now I'm still a little afraid that you're going to throw in a really tough question. So I'm still on the edge of my seat right here. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of changes, and there's been people that have been here from the beginning. And I think that this film festival is also a celebration of all the work that Brick Cave has done. And I think it's going to be a continued celebration for the next years as this continues on.
So, this obviously it's a one-day thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're just kind of, I don't know, it's not like a big to-do or, multi-day festival or anything. But it is a one-day festival, and we are utilizing some venues outside of just the Nile, for it, right? So, if you're an author, Jenn, perhaps. So, Jenn's like, how do I get involved in that? How do I engage that opportunity to, get my writing out there and, have somebody seriously take a look at it to create either a short film or a film or any of that stuff?
Well, what's really neat is the concept of the Brick Cave Patreon. I think that is really a selling point for a lot of individuals.
She's
You need to hire her for PR.
I'm like, dude, I don't know. Where's the wallet?
No, but that's honestly a really big idea as an individual and as an artist to get your work already distributed out there. And I think that's a huge selling point. And going on even beyond that, just getting to meet other authors that are excelling and doing well in the community and that are really have the feet and they're on the ground running. They're really doing amazing things. I think it's inspirational. I think it's exciting. And I think it's just a really great place to be.
Well, and I think for authors to be able to meet people in the movie industries, producers, directors, stuff like that, because I think, especially for indies, there's not really a lot of doors that open for an indie author to meet somebody who would be willing to look at their book. And they may have an original, amazing idea, but unless you're, one of the big five, good luck getting it out there, so it's
a sad truth.
I do know, and you probably don't know this because I don't know that Johnny knew this to share, but when we did the writers conference for Anthology, which is the nonprofit, we did that in April. We actually did have a producer come out and hear pitches.
Bummed I couldn't pitch to him.
And hear pitches. And they asked for additional information from a couple of the people that did pitch. So, those are ongoing. I don't know where they're going or anything like that, but those are ongoing. But one of those same producers is planning to do a panel.
That is so exciting.
So there is that element. So if you're an author, you definitely want to be in this. You want to be there, basically.
Yeah, it's a place to be this day. Like, you got to be there if you want to start making those connections in advance.
Yeah.
So the stories themselves, and there's more. Let me have you clarify for everybody. There's more to this festival than just those 3 stories, right?
Yes, there's actually an open section. So if you've already created a sci-fi or fantasy film that you want to enter in, you can. This one does have an entry fee, but the other 3 don't. So if you're creating one of the originals, which is one of the 3 stories by the Brick Cave authors, Bloodlines, Brittle, or Titan Resolute, those have no entry fee. But there is a section where you can go crazy.
So we made a movie.
Yes, I did.
Dang it.
You already told me.
I did. Oh, bummer. I thought I was like, I got her.
No, not yet. I'm waiting.
All right. So Brick Cave did make a movie. What do you know about that?
That's about it.
I'm
got me.
Her a question about a movie I made.
A long time ago.
A long time.
So I think you're the expert on this. So,
so we made a movie, and it is on Amazon. So if there's 60 minutes of your life and 99 cents that you don't need anymore, you can go watch it and enjoy.
Got to link it in the comments.
He's got to write it down.
Sacrifice link. Okay, so if you've got 60 minutes and it's tongue in cheek, right? So a lot of fun. A lot of people worked really hard on it. There's a part of me that the cast and the crew really dedicated themselves to it, and there's some opportunities for improvement on my part.
It was a learning experience.
I had to do the editing on it, and it was the very first feature project that I edited, and it shows. So I kind of feel a little bad. I feel like I let everybody down with my editing skills, but it's out there. You can watch it if you've got 60 minutes that you really just want to donate to the universe. So, and 99 cents because it is. I think it's 99 cents to rent. Sacrifice. There you go.
You hadn't said it.
I think, Johnny, I was talking to him the other day, and he said this really amazing quote that I actually wrote down just because I loved what he said. And it has to do exactly with the film that you already made. And if you're wanting to make a film for this film festival, everyone is in this business because they love it. They're not doing it for the money. They're not doing it for the fame. They're doing it because, as Johnny said, let's just go do art.
Right.
And I just thought that was well put, and that's exactly why I'm here. That's why you all are here, and it's just an exciting place to be. So
that's where the term starving artist comes in.
yes, starving, yes.
Yes.
Oh. So what's the date of the festival?
So it's December 7th, but you do have to get your films in by the deadline. There's a deadline in September and then October. Do you know the date for the October final deadline offhand?
I want to say it's like 21st or 22nd.
I think it's the 22nd. Yes. So, the 20th. So the original deadline is Sunday, September 22nd, and the late deadline is going to be Sunday, October 20th.
So that kind of begs the point. You know, you can take these ideas, right? And you know, we all have 1080p cameras now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So you don't have to necessarily now series like I'm literally the series like taking everything I'm saying right now.
And then they're going to give you ads.
And then they're going to give me ads for stuff. So anyway, but you could take this idea and literally say, hey, I'm gonna build a film in an afternoon, because that's originally what our thought was for Sacrifice. It was going to be a Saturday. We were going to spend half a day. We were going to build some kind of fake looking sets. We were going to have fun. It was going to be a giant monster movie, and from there it just kind of hey, I better stop that.
Yeah, it's getting long. Yeah.
Then it'll read it back to you,
right?
and we'll be
then
here all
start
day.
It back, and then it just goes downhill from there. But we originally were just going to have this little thing, and then one thing led to another. Somebody wanted to help. Somebody wanted to do this. And then it was like, oh wait, this is getting a little more serious now. But it doesn't have to be, right?
No.
It can be a fun. Let's go spend 4 hours and just film some dialogue.
The whole Blair Witch project.
Yeah,
you know.
So what would you say to somebody that's looking at this saying, hey, it's August 20th.
Yeah.
First deadline is what, September
22nd.
September 22nd.
Got it.
It's about a month. What would you say to the person that's like, I don't know if we have enough time?
I would definitely say that is totally not an excuse whatsoever. This, like you said, we have these pieces of technology in our pockets every single day. If you are an artist, you're always bustling with ideas. Just reading these stories alone is already going to spark some interest in your mind, and you're going to want to do something with it. So why not? Why not spend, like you said, an afternoon just creating, having fun? And that's the whole point of this. And I do have another piece of advice. If you do use the phones, make sure you turn it horizontally. That is the biggest key, the biggest tip I could just give a person that wants to use their phone, because like you said, their cameras are amazing. You can record audio really well. They're just a really great tool to utilize. Just remember to do it horizontally. I have made that mistake way too many times, and I don't want anyone else to go through that, because then you get to the editing, and you can even edit on iMovie. You can even edit on your phone on iMovie. Yeah. So it's super simple to do these things, but I just know that if you film vertically and you go back and you look at your takes and everything, you're just going to go,
doomed.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Yes. I know that pain. So, how do people enter? Like, where do they go? What do they do?
So you can actually go online to brickcavemedia.com/brick. There's a little dash. I think that's what it's called. cave-film-festival / and you can submit on Film Freeway. So there's going to be all the information about the film festival on the website, which you're going to link in the comments. That way everyone everyone can access this right away, and it's going to have the rules. It's going to have tickets, so that if you want to even just go see the festival, you can get all that information on there, as well as the 3 short stories which you could base your films off of. So it's all going to be in that one place. So it's definitely going to be a great place to go check out, take a look at the stories, see what resonates with you, and definitely go crazy.
So there's a last thing before we go, and or Jen, I don't know if you what questions do you have, madam?
Yeah, throw them at me.
I have no questions. I'm an author. I am not. I watch movies. I watch lots of movies, but I would not know how to make one. I wouldn't know the first. I know about scripts because I was in a writer's group and there was a script writer there. And I kept wanting to put, he'd read his stuff and I kept wanting to put like decorations in. And he's like, no, you don't do that. So I learned a lot about script writing and how literally everything is stripped out unless something is extremely important to the scene, like a lamp, like something specific is important. Then it doesn't have to be in there. Like that kind of stuff isn't in there. So I learned that, but for the most part, this whole thing is like if I handed somebody my book and said, hey, do you want to make a movie out of it? It literally would be up to them because I wouldn't know where to go from there.
She'll know now. This time next year,
she's
going to be like, I've written scripts for all the books.
After she goes to the panel and meets everyone,
Exactly.
she's going to know exactly what to do. Yeah.
She's like, I get a free ticket, right? Because I'm the co-host of the podcast. Is that how this works, right? Yes, this is how this works.
I like my details, which is very hard to write a script if you like details. So.
But question for you.
Yes.
And I just totally forgot.
Because you tried to make me ask one.
Well, yeah, I was trying to get you to participate. So I was like,
participating.
so I'm like, oh crap. Hang on.
It's coming.
No, it's coming. Nope.
Smack your head a couple times.
No, there it went. But it has to do with the idea that if you're an author, you want to be at this event because it's a way for you to participate and get exposure to this community that you may not otherwise feel comfortable in, right?
Yes, definitely.
Authors don't feel comfortable in it.
And that's exactly right.
And you might meet a filmmaker whose film you really enjoyed, and you'd have the opportunity to get to speak with them, talk about them possibly making a demo of your film, of your script. My apologies, or your book.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a lot of room for networking, connections, and getting to meet people that have the same like-minded interests in sci-fi, fantasy, this world that you're constantly creating, this world that you love on a day-to-day basis. You just don't know how to get started.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. No, we don't know how to get started.
Well, and that's, I mean, I think everybody would love to see their books and film,
Oh, yeah, everybody.
Right?
There's not one person who doesn't dream
but I
of
think
that
that
someday.
journey, it's hard to get started on that journey. And even we started on it accidentally because the whole sacrifice idea wasn't a book. It was originally intended just weekend, blah blah blah, and then it turned into a script, and
now it's on Amazon.
And now it's on Amazon.
So,
but it is gonna now it'll go backwards and it'll become a book. So it'll be interesting to see that happen. But there's a lot of other things going on too. There's like a vending space, right?
Yes, you can definitely sponsor, or you can have a vendor at a booth at the event, and you can definitely go into the panels. There's going to be another location at the 101 Gallery, and that's going to be where a lot of the panels take place. So we're going to be taking over all of Mesa. So it's not just going to be at the Nile. It's going to be right next door, too.
All of Mesa. You've heard it here first, everybody. All of Mesa.
Everyone's going to be there. Every single person from Mesa we better see at this film festival.
There's 500,000 people. I'm good with that.
That'd be good. That'd be a good draw.
Hopefully we'll have some people out the door.
Let's do it. So, Kylie, what's your schedule look like? Like, what kinds of things have you planned to do between now and the festival?
Yeah, we definitely have some really exciting things coming up. We're looking to go to the Mesa Film Festival, meet some people there, talk more about the Brick Cave Film Festival. We're also looking to go to some Comic Cons coming up and just really immerse ourselves in the community here and talk a lot about Brick Cave, what Brick Cave does, and this really exciting opportunity of this collaboration of a film festival between the authors, directors, filmmakers, and kick the ground running. So,
well, isn't that exciting?
No.
Well, I think I'm good. I was going to try and stump her, but I don't think I'm going to do that.
It'd be nice.
Maybe next time.
It would be nice.
I think she did a lot.
She did a lot tonight.
Yeah.
She probably knows this better than I do at this
came
point.
In prepared.
Like,
you're good.
Like you know more about this than I do at this point. I'm like, oh wait, I didn't know that was happening. Hang on, I got to write that down. All right, so Kylie, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Appreciate your time. Excited to kind of watch you hit the ground and get out there and meet people and really kind of spread the word about the festival. And we'll have her pop back in between now and December and just kind of give us an update on how things are going. I did want to tell you too, another thing that you guys probably didn't know. There's a domain, Brick Cave Film Festival, and that points right to to the website page.
Oh, awesome.
So you just tell people Brick Cave Film Festival.
Brick Cave Film Festival, perfect.
Yeah, .com. It's
Yes.
good. All right, sorry.
Can I put that in the comments?
Yeah, I'm going to do that because, you said that and you were like, you were trying to do the URL and I was like, wait a minute, I made that easy. Oh, okay.
So you're one step ahead of us all. You know exactly.
Well, not really. Not if I'm not sharing the information. That's not good for
Well, it's going to
anybody.
be in the comments, so you'll just be able to click it and go.
It's on Film Freeway, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you, by the way, for being here today. Jen?
Yes.
What else do you know?
I know nothing. I know I'm tired.
So we're going to wrap this up so Jen can get home to her
Go to
teenagers.
bed.
Get home.
I just want to ignore them.
Wait,
home and
we're in
interact
what,
with them.
is
I want to
second-
go home and ignore them.
Is this second week of school?
Third?
Third week of school. And that's going well?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're doing homework still. So by the
that's all you could
8th
ask
week of
for,
school,
right?
they won't be anymore. But yes, right now we're not arguing about that. But
Oh, very good. Well, there you go then. Well, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to this edition of the Brick Cave Podcast. Anytime you would love to hear us, we'd love to have you join us online at brickcavepodcast.com. Our Patreon supporters can enjoy extra episodes and other great adventures or advantages.
Adventures.
And adventures. Because trust me. So, all right, I'm going to digress just for a minute.
Oh,
So
no.
on the Patreon in April, I was going to do a poem a day. So I was going to do 30 poems. I was going to do one a day. Didn't work out that way. But I promised everybody I would post 30 poems. I'm on poem 11 now.
Ooh.
So tonight I will post poem 12.
Yeah.
So I will get to 30 before the end of the year.
Will be before the festival.
It'll be
No.
no. So 11 will be tomorrow.
No,
12 will is it? Oh, 12 will be tomorrow. 13 will be next month when you and I do our poetry. 'Cause you promised.
I promise.
You promised.
I'm not a poet.
Ah,
and you're
sucker.
gonna have Clute make fun of me when he reads it.
No,
when he hears
we'll have
it,
Sharon.
So.
Sharon will be here next month.
Oh, okay,
So and she's a good poet too. We should
Oh,
get her to
oh,
bring a
great.
poem. No, it's good.
Makes you
It'll
feel
be good to
better.
listen to. It'll be fun to listen to. All right. Anyway, our Patreon supporters can enjoy extra episodes that we have yet to make, and other great advantages such as free books. Details are on our Patreon page at patreon.com/brickcavemedia. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us, for listening. Thank you, Jen, for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kylie, for being here.
Thank you.
You guys have a great night, and we will talk to you soon.